board of Tata Sons has deferred the decision to extend the tenure of Group Chairman N. Chandrasekaran. Sources say Noel Tata was the only board member who opposed the reappointment. But
what happens when leadership continuity meets a boardroom disagreement inside India's most influential business empire? Because what unfolded at Tata Sons was not just another board meeting, it was a nearly 7-hour governance drama. Hi, this is Indraneel and welcome to the Spotlight Beyond Profession.
The board of Tata Sons has deferred a decision on the reappointment of Natarajan Chandrasekaran for a third term as chairman. Chandrasekaran has said that he personally recommended deferring the decision on his reappointment during a recent board meeting.
Today, we will deep dive in the boardroom moment that has everyone in India's corporate circle talking. At the center of the discussion, N. Chandrasekaran, the executive chairman widely credited with reshaping the Tata Group over the past decade. The agenda, consideration of his reappointment for a third term. Simple, routine, automatic, not quiet. Because what followed was rare divergence of views at Tata Sons. According to people aware of the deliberations, 4 out of 5 directors were prepared to put Chandrasekaran's reappointment to vote and likely support him. But then came a pause, a suggestion from Noel Tata, chairman of Tata Trusts, the controlling shareholder of Tata Sons. His position: defer the decision, not reject, not oppose, but postpone. And suddenly, what could have been a procedural formality became a governance flashpoint. Now, let's understand why this is significant. Tata Sons isn't just another company. It is the principal holding entity of the 150 plus billion US dollar Tata Group, spanning salt to software, steel to semiconductors, aviation. It influences investor confidence, capital allocation strategies, market sentiment, policy attention in New Delhi. Yes, this development reportedly drew attention at the national level.
Chandrasekaran, who is 62 years old, is understood to have received backing from several board members. Some directors reportedly felt that losses at one company should not overshadow the overall performance of the Tata Group or the chairman's contribution over the years.
So what triggered the hesitation? During the meeting, Noel Tata is learned to have raised concern about financial performance, particularly Air India. Losses, operational challenges, but here's where things get interesting. Other board members reportedly argued 2025 losses were shaped by exceptional factors, events beyond management control, industry disruption, unexpected stocks, a classic boardroom debate, performance versus context. But the conversation didn't stop at aviation. Questions were also raised about big basket, newer ventures, capital intensity, loss trajectories, which led to a broader theme: capital discipline. Noel Tata outlined key priorities believed to be crucial for Tata Sons: remaining unlisted, resolving minority shareholder tensions, avoiding excessive debt, controlling high-risk capital expenditure, continuing acquisition-related losses. This wasn't framed as anti-growth, but as risk calibration. And here's where Tata governance becomes fascinating, because Tata Trust holds a controlling stake, and trust nominees enjoy an affirmative vote structure, meaning major decisions require alignment. This is not a conventional promoter-driven corporate setup. It is a unique hybrid of philanthropic ownership plus corporate governance, which makes consensus not just desirable but structurally important. Now comes the most intriguing part of the story. Instead of forcing a vote, Chandrasekaran himself proposed deferral. Why? Because the Tata Group historically emphasizes consensus-driven governance. Forcing a 4-1 approval, while technically possible, could signal internal friction. And leadership at this level is as much about optics as arithmetic. A leadership decision rooted in institutional harmony. Let's now examine Chandrasekaran's track record. Since taking charge in 2017, combined market capital of listed Tata companies roughly tripled. Net profit increased more than 4-fold. Group revenues nearly doubled. That's not marginal improvement. That's transformation, scale performance. Yet, recent market pressure, software valuation, and sector-specific challenges have created fresh scrutiny, which is natural for conglomerate of this scale. Also remember, a third term isn't automatic. It requires a special resolution, policy exemptions linked to retirement norms, governance mechanics matter, even for high-performance leaders. So what are we really witnessing here? Not instability, not crisis, but something far more interesting. Active governance in action, strategic disagreement, capital philosophy debate, risk appetite alignment, institutional checks and balances. This is what mature corporate systems look like. Messy, sometimes, healthy, often. Because great business groups aren't defined by absence of disagreement, but by how disagreements are handled. And this episode reveals something deeply on Tata. Performance matters, governance matters, consensus matters. What's your take? Should leadership continuity outweigh short-term performance concerns, or should boards constantly recalibrate at the top? Let's discuss in the comments. And this is your The Spotlight Beyond Profession, where we decode the stories behind power, strategy, and leadership. Thank you very much for watching and signing it off.